Hello, Aryan.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Akshaya.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Aryan, did you present in the last class, Aryan?
Sir, was it the thermal?
Expansion.
Sir, was it on Saturday?
Saturday, right? Yes.
Yes, sir. I don't think I was there.
Why, Aryan? Nowadays, very irregular.
Sir, my relatives have come.
Okay,
So,
so, what will you do?
sir, they make me go out with them.
Okay.
Sir, from now on, I'll be able to attend more regularly.
It's better, no? Because ending
Yes,
syllabus, and it's a very important because thermodynamics, and if you want to understand, then elasticity, this thermal expansion, everything that you should read. Again, one more time, it's very difficult for us to read, no?
yes.
Right, because you used to attend very nicely in the previously starting of my classes. After so many days, he was not interact with me.
Sir, before this, I had my school exams as well, so I wasn't able to attend that often.
Okay, Akshaya.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Akshaya. What we have discussed in the last class, Akshaya?
So, expansion of solids
Expansion of solids,
and the
expansion of
ratio between them,
what
relation between
relation between what?
alpha, beta, and
What are
gamma.
alpha, beta, gammas? What is alpha? What is beta? What is gamma?
Alpha is for length, coefficient of
Yes, linear
beta is
expansion.
coefficient of areal expansion, and
Mm,
gamma is coefficient of volume
volume
expansion.
expansion. That's what we have discussed. Even relation also I explained, right?
Yes, sir.
Generally, just one small sum that we will do on that so that you will get more idea. Try to see how they will give one sum. If you do sum basing on linear expansion, it is related to areal expansion, related to volume expansion also, because very similar. There is no any more differences in the sums also. So one sum we will try to solve problem basing on linear expansion. A piece a piece of steel a piece of steel has length 30 centimeter at 15 degrees centigrade, 13 centimeter, and at 90 degrees centigrade its length increased by 0.027 centimeter. Done. Find coefficient of what? Length, right? So linear expansion. So try to solve this sum. Very easy. Akshay, formula?
Alpha is equal to delta L by delta T into L.
Delta L means L2 minus L1.
Yes, sir.
L2 and means length at 90 minus length at 15 by T2
Change
minus
in temperature.
change in
Yeah.
temperature. So 90 minus 15 into,
Original length.
so length is at 15 only, no?
Yes, sir.
Length is at 15 degrees. That is only initial length.
Yes, sir.
Substitute the values and try to solve it. Okay, so what will you put? Values 30 centimeters. It is increased. So increase in length they given. So change in length they given. How much this is? What is the value of this?
0.027
Yes, that's what the
centimeters.
value they given directly. 0.027. 90 minus 15. Nothing but
75.
75
Five,
into 30.
30.
So try to solve this. How much you are getting? That is only the answer. Very easy. Sums will be like this. Either they can ask final length, how much change in length also they can ask, anything they can ask, but formula is same. Only one formula to all the things. Alpha equal to change in length by change in temperature into original length. After this, so many formulas that we can get. Change in length, you can calculate change in length equal to alpha into delta t into L. That is only change in length. How much increase also you can calculate. How much increase means this length you will write L final minus L initial equal to alpha delta t initial. Again, you will send how much L final means increase in length. How much means you will send this Li you will take common 1 plus alpha delta t. See that same formula. Even in area also same. Length plus area. Alpha plus beta. Done. Volume also same. Length plus volume. Alpha plus gamma. Done. Formulas are same. Increase in area you can calculate. Increase in volume you can. Increase in area means delta A equal to beta delta T into A. Like that. Understand? Akshay, am I clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Same formulas are not very difficult to remember. Very easy. Now I'm going to discuss about some applications of thermal expansion. Applications of thermal expansion. Can you say any one use of thermal expansion like application? You know, if you see the railway track properly, so between the tracks there will be some gap. Between the tracks there is a gap. So why they are maintaining these gaps? Do you have idea? Gaps between railway tracks? Anybody can say why we have to maintain gaps between the railway track? Hello?
I don't know, sir.
No, Akshay. If it is not here like this, okay? So when summer time, it will metals will expand, right?
Yes, sir.
So it will fulfill this gap. In winter time, it will compress. Again, it maintains the same gap. So if it is not happening like that, because then if they will fix here railway track, even they will fix here, so that if there is no this gap, in summer time it will increase, right? So increase, how it will increase? So there will be some damage. There will damage will happen in the railway tracks. If they don't maintain the gaps, it will increase. But to increase, they already fixed this with bolts. So how it can increase? It can't increase, but it has to increase. So it will break if there is no these gaps. If there is these gaps, then when it is increased, it will fulfill. When it decrease, it remains same.
But that gap is too small, right? So it
That is
won't.
only because expansion of solids is very small. Expansion alpha is very small. Expansion is very small. Railway track won't increase this much. It won't increase. Very small expansion in the solids. In liquids, expansion is little bit more than the solids. So when the solid increases, that increase in length with our naked eye, maybe we can't find that much of a small expansion. Okay. Okay, ma? We can't see the with our
Yes.
naked eye. And you know or not, so in the iron, suppose if you take some of the woods, they will fix to the metal, like handles, wooden handles, they will fix to the metals, right? Did you see that? Metals, they will fix to the wooden hands. So when they are fixing that hands to the metal, first they will compress, they will decrease the temperature, so that what will happen means metal size will decrease. Then they will fix the wood. After fixing wood, they will increase a little bit heat, so it will fix tightly. So wooden handles to the metal, like in our homes also we will use that type of vessels. So those are panel, this and all wooden handles they will fix, right?
Sir.
Yes, so and electrical wires, they won't fix very tightly, they will fix with a little bit loose. Do you know what is the reason?
So because of expansion.
Because of expansion. If see here, if it is compressed, then it will become like a straight wire. If it is expand little bit, it will expand like this. But if it is very tight, if they fix very tightly, in winter season you should compress. When it is compressing, it will break. So that thermal expansion is so much importance is there. Maybe solid expansion we can't see with our eye, it does not mean that there is no effect. There is a lot of effect will be there. Okay, so that is the expansion of solids. Now I'm going to explain about the expansion of liquids. Expansion of liquids. It is very interesting. Why? Because now expansion of liquids is a little bit more than the expansion of solids. Means you can see the expansion, right? Suppose I took one vessel. It is the vessel. In this vessel, I pour the liquid. Now I will heat this. When I'm heating, what will happen? You know, first vessel will expand. Then liquid starts expanding. So that expansion is apparent. First, when you heat it, vessel will expand, so that water level will decrease. After after increasing of vessel, more than that vessel can't expand, so that after liquid start expanding. So here expansion is two types. One is real expansion of without vessel. Suppose vessel is not expanding. Feel that vessel is not expanding. Liquid is expanding. That expansion is called real expansion. Real expansion. But practically real expansion that you can't get the real expansion, because every metal will expand due to the heat. Practically it is not possible. So practically what is possible? Apparent expansion. Apparent expansion. What is apparent expansion? Means liquid expand with the vessel. That is called apparent expansion. Aryan, did you are you getting my point, Aryan?
Yes, sir. With the liquid, the
Even vessel also will expand, no? Is it possible without expanding vessel, liquid immediately it will expand?
no,
See,
sir.
if you see in our daily life, even once if you visit when your mom is cooking something, immediately if you give heat, whatever it is there in the vessel, it won't get heat immediately. First, who will get the heat? Vessel will get. After vessel will expand little bit, how much it can expand, that much. Then that heat reaches to whatever the substance that you have placed in the vessel. So that expansion of liquids it is not possible for real expansion. You have to pour in the vessel, that vessel will expand. After that, liquid will expand. That expansion is called apparent expansion. If you consider vessel is not expanding, then that is called real expansion. But practically, real expansion is not possible. Okay? Am I clear, Akshaya?
Yes, sir.
So real expansion definition I'm writing. After real expansion, I will write coefficient of real expansion. Coefficient of real expansion. So coefficient of real expansion, how to define? How will we define this? It is defined as, it is defined as the real expansion of fluid, liquid, real increase in volume, real increase in volume of liquid, real increase in volume of the liquid per unit. So when it will expand, when we are giving heat, right? When you give heat only, it will expand per unit original volume, per unit to original volume by rising 1 degree centigrade. So suppose it is the water. I'm not considering that bowl is expanding. Only I'm looking like only fluid is expanding. That when the fluid expands without considering the expansion of the vessel, if you consider only expansion of fluids, that expansion is called real expansion. So it is defined as the real increase in volume of liquid per unit original volume, okay, by rise 1 degree centigrade per volume, original volume per degree centigrade, rise in temperature. It is the original, but originally it is not possible practically. It is denoted with letter gamma R. R is nothing but real expansion. It is the gamma. So gamma R equal to real increase in volume by original volume into degree centigrade. So the real increase in volume by original volume into, this is only real expansion. How can you find this? Here gamma R, it is the coefficient of real expansion. This gamma R is the coefficient of real expansion. The coefficient of real expansion equal to real increase in volume by original volume into by rising the temperature. Very important this is. Okay, am I clear? Oh. Akshay, am I clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible real expansion?
No, sir. It's not.
Generally not possible. If I'm telling you, each and every where every material will expand on heating. Now, apparent expansion. Coefficient of apparent expansion. Coefficient of apparent expansion. Coefficient of apparent expansion. Can you say what is the coefficient of apparent expansion? From this? Coefficient of apparent expansion is defined as the apparent increase in volume of liquid per unit original volume per degree rise in temperature. Write down.
So what's the difference in the real increase and apparent increase?
Real increase is really liquid is increasing. Only that liquid increase only you have to consider. Apparent increase means vessel will expand. First vessel will expand. Of vessel expansion plus water expansion is called apparent expansion. Here in the apparent expansion, what vessel also will expand. Even you have to consider the vessel expansion also. That is the difference. Practically, it is possible. It is not possible. So it is defined as the apparent expansion unit volume of liquid per unit original volume per rise in temperature. So I will write gamma apparent equal to apparent increase in volume by original volume into degree centigrade. Generally, note gamma real expansion is more than the gamma apparent expansion. Is it correct or not? Expansion of gamma, like expansion of liquids really is more than the expansion of apparent expansion. Why? Because apparent expansion means first vessel will expand, water will comes down, then liquid start increasing. So that gamma A is less, gamma R is more. Prajwal,
Yes, sir.
clear, man?
Yeah.
See, if you take gamma R is nothing but gamma A plus gamma G. What is gamma A? Real
So what is
expansion.
gamma G?
Gamma G is the expansion coefficient of vessel expansion.
Okay, sir.
Coefficient of vessel expansion. That 2 is called the real expansion of liquid.
Understand.
Real expansion means you have to consider the expansion of the vessel plus expansion of liquid. That is called real expansion.
So isn't apparent expansion both?
Apparent expansion?
The apparent expansion is
Apparent expansion
both
means
a
gamma
vessel.
R minus gamma G equal to gamma A. Apparent expansion.
Sir,
Sir,
but
in real expansion, only the water is considered. I mean, liquid is considered, right? So
Liquid is
it should
considered.
be the other.
Liquid is considered, but
it be
without
gamma?
taking any vessel that you can't expand, so that you can't use this mostly, right? Always you have to take the liquids in the vessel only.
No, sir. Shouldn't it be gamma A equals gamma R plus gamma G?
Gamma, no. Apparent expansion means always we have to take out real expansion, really how much the expansion. So how we will consider, actually, we will take the vessel. We will increase the temperature to the liquid, okay? When we are giving heat to this, so whatever it is there, it is the actually, if it is expand up to here, it is original, that is R, it is expanded here. So it is the expansion. If you take some delta R, now you have to see that it is the real expansion. If you want real expansion, means even vessel expanded, so that liquid comes down. First liquid comes down, then
That is apparent expansion.
just now look at this, vessel increases, so that liquid comes down, then liquid increases. So total increase is nothing but a real increase that we can see with our eye. After real expansion is nothing but whatever the expansion is, apparently whatever expansion is there, and plus vessel expansion also you have to add, then it will become the real expansion of liquid.
Sir, but isn't real only liquid?
Only liquid, huh? Yeah, real is only liquid.
Yes, sir. So then it should be. So
But
then
only,
apparent.
only liquid that you can't heat.
No, sir, but
Only liquid that you
expansion.
can't get without vessel.
Sir, but then apparent expansion is the addition of both, right? Because it's the expansion of both the vessel and the liquid.
Apparent means, no, what will happen now when we are considering the apparent expansion? So vessel will expand, water level will decrease, so our expansion is less, apparent expansion is less. Apparent expansion is less. Why? Because when you heat, liquid height will decrease, liquid height decreases, then it will slowly start increasing. So if it is reaches up to here, it is not the correct real expansion, it is apparent expansion. Real expansion, if you want, then only liquid that you have to expand, only liquid that we can't expand without vessel. So real expansion is always expansion of this vessel plus expansion of apparent way. Get just a minute, you will get. Just a minute, see what I'm saying. Look at this, what I'm saying. Vessel, fluid I considered. Now I'm heating. Okay, look at this, I'm heating. When I heated, it is H1 height. When I heated, what will happen means vessel will expand little bit, so that water level will decrease. Water level will decrease. Actually, it is total height is from here to here. I took H, but this much of water is decreased in height. Now I'm heating. Due to the heating, again water level will reach up to here. Expansion of water reaches here. So real expansion is not here, because already vessel is expanded, even that is liquid is expanded here. But real expansion, if without increasing in this volume, real expansion will be this much. Real expansion is more. Once, please try to understand here.
Understood, sir.
Akshay, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So I told that now with the vessel, it is the expansion, right? It is the expansion with vessel. But in this vessel expansion also is there. If you remove the vessel expansion, then it is more, right? It can increase more than that per 1 degree centigrade.
Sir, this is apparent expansion.
Yeah, it is apparent expansion. Real expansion is nothing but apparent expansion plus vessel expansion is nothing but real expansion.
Okay, sir.
No, I think you didn't get, even Aryan didn't get, I think. That's why he became very silent.
So I think I understood.
Huh? Aryan. Prajwal, okay. I think he got the thing what is happening. Prajwal, did you understand Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
Initially volume, okay, come on. I'm not like satisfied. So look at this. Suppose liquid is, vessel is not expanding. Vessel is not expanding. So for 1 degree centigrade, liquid, initially liquid is here. Vessel is not expanding, I consider. So that the liquid reaches to here. It is initially height. After, when I given heat, it is the final height. Vessel is
So
not expanded.
expansion is real expansion, right? Because the a vessel isn't expanding, but the liquid is expanding.
Liquid is expanding, that is real expansion.
Yes, sir.
Now vessel expanded, little bit vessel is expanded, this height will become less, right?
So the real expansion will decrease.
Real expansion, it
So,
won't decrease. Real expansion won't decrease. Real expansion is different. Due to the vessel expansion, this is decreased. So we have to consider the vessel expansion plus liquid expansion. Then you will get the real expansion. It is the only real expansion. So in the real expansion, liquid increases to H2. But if vessel is expanding, then H2 will decrease a little bit. Why H2 decreased?
oh, okay, sir. Because the vessel became.
Yes, vessel increased, right?
Yes, sir. Got
So
it.
the vessel increment and plus liquid height, it gives the real expansion.
Got it, sir.
Akshay, okay?
Yes, sir.
So these two formulas are very important in this lesson. So real expansion is nothing but expansion of vessel plus expansion of liquid, means apparent expansion. Both gives the real expansion. So real expansion is always greater than the apparent expansion. Why? Because in the apparent expansion, vessel expansion also is there. If vessel is not expanding, then height will be maximum. Anomalous property of expansion I given, I think anomalous. Anomalous. Anomalous expansion. Of liquid. You have idea anomalous expansion of liquid, right? Anomalous expansion means what will happen?
So it
At
starts
0
with
degrees to 4 degrees, water will behave differently. So 0 degree to 4 degrees, if you give heat, it will compress. Are you getting my point, Aryan?
Sir, could you repeat?
0 degrees to 4 degrees, if you increase the temperature, water volume will decrease. Water volume decreases. But if you increase if you decrease temperature from 0 to 4 degrees, water will expand. It is different. It
Sir,
is
so
different.
it increase temperature, it will expand. So volume will increase.
Again, once again.
So when the temperature increases, it will expand. So the volume will increase.
it'll contract.
It will contract. Water having water, it shows the different nature at 0 to 4 degrees. 0 to 4 degrees, if you give heat, it will contract. Volume decreases. If
Okay,
you
sir.
decrease heat, it will expand. Water is different from all the liquids. It is different from all the liquids at 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. Generally, when we are giving heat, all the liquids will expand. No doubt, whatever the temperature it is, either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the liquids will expand. But water is not like that. When you are
Okay, sir.
giving
Here water will compress.
compress at this. Again, if you decrease heat, water will expand. That property is called anomalous property of water. Look at this. By seeing the graph, mostly that you can understand. 1 liter kg volume if I take, it is the 4 degrees centigrade if I take, it is the 0, it is the volume. So it is the temperature. Is the temperature. Now from 0 degrees to 4 degrees, when you are increasing the temperature, so its volume decreases.
Sir, can you explain again? I got disconnected.
Yes, ma, yes. Sure. Look at this. I'm drawing graph for volume and temperature for water. Okay. Anomalous expansion of water. Water will show this expansion. Generally, when you are increasing temperature, volume will increases or decreases?
Increases.
Generally, if you give heat,
Sir, decreases.
what will happen?
Increases.
Increases. But water, what will happen means water decreases. It is the minimum volume at 4 degrees centigrade. At 4 degrees centigrade. After, if you increase the temperature, it will expand. So 100 degrees centigrade, it can be this much. After 100 degrees centigrade, what will happen? It will convert into vapor. So we don't want to discuss that. So anomalous expansion of water we can measure. We can measure anomalous expansion of water. Anomalous expansion of water we can measure by dilatometer. By dilatometer instrument that we can measure in the dilatometer. So what is the importance of this? What is the importance of this means? In Antarctica, Arctica conditions, we will get the fishes, right? So fishes can survive even Antarctica, Arctica conditions. There actually on the surface, ice will be there. But under the ice, there is a water. How it is possible means at 0 to 4 degrees, when you are increasing the temperature, water compresses, so that forms the solid. But when you are decreasing more temperature at 0 to 4 degrees, if you are decreasing the temperature, it behaves like a water only. So the survive of that fishes and all in the Antarctic and Arctic conditions, basing on the anomalous expansion of water only, so that fishes can survive there. Aryan, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Akshay, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Akshay, what will happen at 0 to 4 degrees centigrade to the water? Akshay,
Yes, sir.
what will happen 0 to 4 degrees to the water?
volume will decrease.
Nicely, how to explain what did you understand from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade? Akshya,
Yes,
try to explain what did you understand at 4 degrees centigrade about the nature of the water.
sir, if the temperature is increased, then volume will decrease if in the
Mm,
case
mm, yes. If we decrease the temperature,
volume will increase or stay.
yes. Okay. Now see, effect of temperature on the density of liquids and solids. Liquids and solids. Now tell me, if you increase the temperature, volume increases or decreases? I'm not talking about the 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. I'm talking the general thing. Generally, I'm not talking about the water here. I'm talking about the liquids. So if you give temperature, then volume will expand or decrease. Volume will increase or decrease. Come on.
Increase,
So in
increase,
General liquids I'm talking. I'm giving heat to the liquids. Its volume will increase or decrease?
increase,
Increases. Definitely it is increases. When volume increases, density what will happen?
decrease,
Density decreases. So increase in volume we written V is equal to V into 1 plus gamma delta T. Did you remember this formula? Expansion
uh,
of gamma is the coefficient of volume expansion. V dash is the increase in volume. Remember?
yes, sir.
Delta T is the change in temperature. I explained this formula, how we got this. Clearly, I explained this in the last class. Now also I written this in terms of L I written. So now V dash is increase in volume. So volume is nothing but mass into density, right? Can I?
yes, sir.
And V is, can I write mass into density? It is increase in density. Volume increases, density decreases. Volume increases, density decreases. Volume decreases, density increases. So that relation, it is the real volume. Real volume is mass per real density. Am I clear this? I will substitute these things in the here. M by again M by 1 plus gamma delta T. Equation 1. Did you understand what is this V dash? V dash is the increase in volume. Due to the increase in volume, density decreases. So the decrease in density. It is what? Real volume, real density. Original volume, original density. Due to the increase in temperature, volume changed. Due to the change in volume, density changed. That's formulas I written. These two I substituted in equation 1. So I got this. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
From this, rho dash equal to rho by 1 plus gamma delta T. Will you agree with this? Rho dash equal to, reverse it. If you reverse it, rho by this one will you get. Understand or not?
Yes, sir.
So now can I write this like rho dash equal to rho into 1 plus gamma delta T power minus 1.
Yes,
This
sir.
one I written like this. According to binomial expansion, higher order terms we can neglect. So 1 minus gamma delta T I written. So this is the volume. It is the density of liquids or solids and solids. If they give question the liquid density, you can substitute the density of the liquids, or in terms of solids also you can substitute. So volume you are taking as a plus. Length
So,
also you will take as a plus. Tell me, ma.
so how did the to the power of -1 become that? 1 minus gamma.
Expand. We expand this. Expand according to binomial expansion. We can expand this.
Okay, sir.
So from that, rho dash is smaller than the rho. It is telling that original density more when heat is given to solids or liquids. How can we say means it is minus is there, no? So minus some of the quantity we are removing, so that important it is. Just formula. What that you can remember, density formula means minus will come here. Volume is plus, area is plus, length is plus, everything is plus, but density minus will come. Clear, ma? Akshay, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now see.
Sir, can you wait?
Oh, I told you, no, Bob. Which point that you didn't write? Tell me.
Sir, the last sentence that you have
Nothing
written.
is there. Rho dash is small rho. Why? Because when you give heat, volume increases, density decreases, no? So when we are supplying heat to the liquids and solids, volume increases, so the density decreases. Remember that. Done. Because in that formula itself, negative is there. So you can understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Expansion of gases. Expansion of gases. Expansion of gas. At ordinary temperature. At ordinary temperature. Gas expand more than the solids and liquids. Is it correct? Arun, is it correct? At ordinary temperature, gas expands more than the solids and liquids, no?
Yes, sir.
No doubt in that. Gas expands very high at the ordinary temperature.
Yes,
When
sir.
you
Because
compare, solids won't expand only in ordinary temperature. Liquids, little bit it will expand. Gases expansion is very more. Okay?
yes, sir.
So what I can say, the coefficient of, I'm talking at ordinary temperature, okay? Ordinary temperature, I'm talking about the ordinary temperature, general temperature. The coefficient of volume expansion for solids and liquids, very small. Expansion is very small, means coefficient of expansion also very small, no? So we can say it is independent on temperature. We can say independent on temperature. But coefficient of gas, coefficient of volume expansion of gas, depends on temperature. Depends on temperature. Write that line, read once. Try to understand. Don't get any confusion here. Nothing is there. At ordinary temperature, what will happen means, at ordinary temperature, in the normal temperatures, the expansion coefficient for the liquids and solids is very small, because that expansion you can't see. Very small expansion. So we can feel that the coefficient of volume expansion of coefficient is nothing but gamma. That gamma is independent on temperature. We will feel like independent on temperature at ordinary temperatures. But at ordinary temperature, expansion of gases is more. So the coefficient of expansion of gas depends on the temperature. Like that it behaves. Generally, coefficient of volume expansion of solids and liquids also depending on temperature, but at more temperature it behaves like that. But at ordinary temperatures, this coefficient of solid liquid does not depending on temperature. It won't expand. Akshaya, are you getting my point, Akshaya?
Yes, sir.
No, Akshaya. See, any confusion is there, let me tell me, okay? Ask. So don't keep anything in the mind like, can I ask or not, like that. Anything is there. If you don't understand, please ask me. But here, what I'm saying, I'm talking about the ordinary temperature. Aryan, am I clear, Aryan, this point?
Yes, sir.
Generally, at more temperature, solids will expand, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Liquids will expand, right?
Yes, sir.
So that time coefficient is depending on temperature, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But ordinary temperatures, that is not possible. No? But even ordinary temperatures, gases expand very more. So that at ordinary temperature, coefficients are independent on the temperature of solids and liquids, but gases depending on the temperature. It shows like that. Prajwal, am I clear, ma?
Yes,
Can I?
yes. You can.
For ideal gas, for ideal gas equation is PV equal to nRT. Is it the gas equation?
Yes, sir.
At constant pressure, change in volume delta T is directly proportional to change in temperature. So P delta V equal to N R delta T. Can I? So divide equation 1, divide equation 2 with 1. So delta V by V, NR get cancelled. Delta T by T. So 1 by T equal to delta V by V into delta T. It is equal to gamma. So gamma is coefficient of volume expansion of volume expansion of gas at constant pressure. So temperature is inversely proportional to gamma. In gas. Am I clear?
Yes.
Akshay, am I clear? Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm clear.
it's not that much difficult. Just if P is constant at constant pressure, delta V change in volume is directly proportional to change in temperature. So we written that. So after T is equation 2 divided by equation 1 we written. That's all. Now just we solid, liquid, gases, everything is over. Expansion of solid, expansion of liquids, expansion of gases over. Now very important concept is specific heat. This concept that you have to learn. Specific heat capacity or specific heat. Specific heat capacity or specific heat. It's very important. So what we are going to learn here, please remember carefully. Very easy to remember. So I have taken water. I have taken 1 liter. 1 liter water I have taken. So 1 liter oil I have taken. It is water. 1 liter. Oil I have taken. Oil. Come on. Now I given 5 minutes heat here. 5 or 2 minutes. 2 minutes heat I given here. Same heat even I given here 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now, whatever the heat gain by this water or oil, is it the same or different?
So different.
Yes. Understand clearly, Prajwal, what I'm going to do?
So what is the question?
So I given 2 minutes heat to the water, 2 minutes same heat to the oil also. Both liquids are same amount of masses, okay? Are you getting? So when I given 2 minutes heat, whatever the heat gained by the water or oil, is it the same or different?
Same.
So 2 minutes if you heat water, 2 minutes if you heat oil, if you place your finger in the 2 bowls, you will feel the same
Oh,
temperature.
okay. No. That was a
Oil will expand, oil gains heat very quickly, right?
Yes. I didn't realize I wasn't.
So
following.
definitely, whatever the heat you are giving to the object, definitely that is depending on the nature of the liquids, right?
Yes, so I just didn't follow the question. I'm sorry.
Yes. Akshay, am I clear, Akshay?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying, the change in heat is directly proportional to the mass. Change in heat directly proportional to the mass. That means suppose I took is the same water in the 2 bowls. 2 bowls, it is 2 liter water. 2 liters water. 2 liter. Again, I'm giving heat 2 minutes to this and 2 minutes here. Again, the change in temperature in the water is same or different?
Can you repeat?
Yeah. 1 liter water in 1 bowl, 2 liters water in the second bowl. It is also water only. I given 2 minutes heat to the 2 bodies. So whatever the temperature is rising in this water, is it same or different?
So different.
So even it is depending on the mass also. The change in heat, the change in heat or gain of heat by the bodies is depending on their masses also. If more mass is there to rise the temperature, you have to give more heat. If less mass is there to rise the 1 degree centigrade, we can give less amount of heat. So whatever heat you are giving, that is directly proportional to mass of the substance. Am I clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Point is very important. Okay. Now, whatever heat I am giving, even that is directly proportional to change in temperature, right? When I'm giving heat, temperature changes or not?
Changes.
Yes, it is equation 1 and it is equation 2. Aryan, am I clear, Aryan?
Yes, sir.
So whatever the amount of heat you are giving to the body, or whatever the amount you are taking from the body, heat you are taking from the body, that is depending on their masses. And when you are giving heat or when you are reducing heat, definitely that is depending on the change in temperature also. Okay. So
Yes,
from
sir.
equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, I can write a change in heat is directly proportional to m delta T. Can I? Can I?
Yes, sir.
So delta Q equal to proportionality. I will remove. I will give one C. Small c I will give. Small c or some small s also you can see. Actually s I will give m delta T. Here S is specific heat. Specific heat. Here S is specific heat capacity or specific heat. Very important here. Even specific heat formula also we will consider. Write down this. Any doubt? Any doubt in this topic? Specific heat we entered. In that specific heat, when you are giving heat or when you are gaining heat, that is depending on the original mass. If mass is more, then you have to give more heat. If mass is less, you have to give less heat. Even when you are giving more heat, temperature also rises more. If you are giving less heat, temperature also rises less. So whatever the heat is gaining by the body or giving by the body, that is depending on their mass and change in temperatures. These two things that you have to remember. From these two things we have written, and S is the specific heat capacity. I will define now what is the specific heat capacity or specific heat. Specific heat capacity or specific heat, both the names are same. Names are different but meaning is same. Specific heat capacity or specific heat. Prajwal, am I clear? Prajwal, clearly or any doubt?
That's clear.
So if I want to rise 1 degree centigrade, I took 1 liter water and I took 5 liter water. Which is more easy to increase?
1 liter.
1 liter, because mass is less. So it gains heat more and even temperature also rises. So like that, okay? Can I?
Yes, sir.
So in question, what you have to write, suppose specific heat capacity, specific heat, if you want to write, the change in heat is directly proportional to the mass of the body, and the change in heat is directly proportional to the change in temperature. So even whatever the gain to increase heat or decrease, like into increase temperature or decrease temperature, that is even depending on the nature of the object also, like nature of the substance also. 3 points. After you can write this, no problem for that. Now look at this. Look at here. If m equal to 1, delta T equal to 1, then delta Q equal to S. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So we can write the specific heat is defined as the amount of heat required defined as the amount of specific heat the specific heat is defined as amount of heat required specific heat is defined as amount of heat required to rise 1 unit mass of substance through 1 degree centigrade. 1 getting my point? To rise required to rise to rise the temperature of unit mass of substance through unit degree centigrade. Unit degree. So we can write S equal to delta Q by M delta T. It is the specific heat formula. Nothing is there. Amount of heat required to raise unit temperature of unit mass through unit degree centigrade is nothing but specific heat. Please concentrate here. Very easy. No need to get any confusion. Amount of heat required to rise temperature of unit mass of substance through unit degree centigrade is called specific heat. Or here also you can remember. Amount of heat required to rise unit mass of temperature of unit mass of substance through unit degree centigrade. Done. Very easy. Prajwal, am I clear the definition also? Can you remember like this?
Yes, I can.
Akshay, am I clear, ma?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is also C, right?
It is also C. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes or C also. Small c, okay? Why we can't
Okay, sir.
write capital C? If I want to say specific, yeah, I can write even capital C also. Remember.
Celsius is there.
Celsius will be there. That is the reason. So C I didn't write. Even C also you can write, okay? Small c. That's what. Can I erase? Erase. So S equal to delta Q by M delta T is the formula. After it's very easy, just you can remember 1 degree centigrade to rise unit mass of substance, how much heat is required, that is only specific heat capacity. So CGS units. Heat is calorie, gram per -1, degree centigrade power minus 1. SI unit. Sorry, CGS. SI unit. Joule. Joule. Kg per minus 1. Kelvin per minus 1. It is the SI. So 1 joule equal to 4.18 calories. 1 joule equal to 4.18 calories. So if you want to find out water specific heat, water specific heat, if you want to calculate, we can write water means in 1000 kg per meter cube. Actually 1000 kg 1 joule means, yeah, kg of water is nothing but 1000 joule gram degree centigrade. So 1 joule equal to 4.8. So 1000 into 4.18. Sorry. Okay. 1000 calorie, gram power minus 1, degree power minus 1. Just a minute, ma. I'm sorry. Write only up to here. Just write here. 1 joule equal to 4.18 calories. Specific heat of water. Specific heat of water. Specific heat of water is 4.18 calorie. 1 calorie, if we take 1 calorie, gram power minus 1, Kelvin power, degree centigrade power minus 1, 1000 calorie, kg power minus 1, Kelvin power minus 1, 1000 4.18 joule kg power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1. So we'll get 4800 4180 joule kg power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1 is the specific heat of water. Even to write Celsius, you can write like calorie, gram power minus 1, Kelvin power minus 1 also you can write, no problem if you change even this. But SI unit remember and CGS units remember. because in some scales 1 degree centigrade is equal to 1 Kelvin they will write. So 1 degree Celsius and Kelvin will become both are same numbers. That time you can use this. So remember this. Specific heat of water. Just remember. Akshay, am I clear, Akshay?
Yes, sir.
Units, am I clear? Here main is units only. If you have any doubt in the units, you can ask. Heat, calories or joules, mass, grams or kgs, temperature, centigrade or Kelvin. So that, and 1 joule equal to 4.18 calories. This is also you have to remember.
Yes, sir.
Question. Which liquid having highest specific heat? Which liquid having highest specific heat? Anybody can say which liquid having highest specific heat? Option A, oil. Option B, water. Option C, any liquid like mercury. Option D, none.
And these options is water.
Water having more specific heat, huh?
Yes.
How can you say?
It needs the most amount of heat to increase even by
To
1
increase its,
degree.
yes, water needs so much amount of heat to rise its temperature. So can you say what is the application basing on the specific heat? You know, car radiators, they will fill with water. In the cars, radiators will be there. In the radiators, they will fill with water only. What is the reason? Can you say? How much ever distance if car travel, so many kilometers if it is travel also, to gain heat, to increase heat of that water takes more time. So much time it will take to rise the temperature. And which liquid having more specific heat? Like water can gain heat so much time. You can to release also. Suppose these are liquids, oil, water, and mercury. I raised 100 degrees centigrade, 100 degrees centigrade, 100 degrees centigrade. So which 5 minutes I place in the cool area. Which one loses heat very quickly?
Water only.
Water only. Water, it will take more time to gain heat and more time to release heat. Water, that having space. That is the reason waters we will use in the car radiators. And it is also very important question. Which one having more specific heat? If anybody having more specific heat, so that it will take more time, more heat to rise the temperature. Benefit. Mercury is In this all liquids, mercury is the lowest specific heat. Why? Because small temperature also mercury rises. So we will use in the thermometers. Clear?
Sir, which liquid has highest specific heat?
Water. Water
In
having
general.
in general also water only having highest specific heat. Okay. Clear, everyone? So
Yes,
it is
sir.
the specific heat that we have studied in the liquids. Even specific heat in the solids also same formula to calculate. But in the next class, we are going to discuss about specific heat in gases. In that time, we don't call specific heat of gas. We will call molar specific heat. Why? Because gas we don't measure in kgs. Gas we will measure in moles. So that molar specific heat. Very easy. In the next class, I'm going to complete this lesson and I'm going to teach even kinetic theory of gases also. So please don't absent in the next class. Today, I guess whatever I said, you got the perfect idea. If anybody has any doubt, you can ask now. Prajwal, am I clear whatever I said today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aryan?
Clear, sir.
Yes. Okay. So remember these topics. Next class, we are going to study about the specific heat, but not this in terms of gases. Okay. After that, kinetic theory of gases, I will start. See you in the next class, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello guys, good evening all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Yesterday we were discussing about Lewis character of halides of 13th group elements. So this Lewis character down the group decreases. Boron halides having more ability to gain pair of electrons. Boron trihalides